It's such an interesting time because we want to connect on social media with each other because we're stuck in our houses. It's not safe to be out, and so social media will be a common place that we want to go. It's also a place that sometimes people do begin to express their anxiety. And most of us, me included, when I'm anxious, I'd love to get control over things. And so some people will begin to do a lot of posting and a lot of, in an attempt to be helpful, they'll try to disseminate a lot of information that maybe hasn't been vetted, it hasn't been well thought through, and their anxiety is working itself out in the computer, and those of us that aren't posting and are just watching might be absorbing all of it. So it's just so important that you take your time. You've got to pay attention to where your head goes and where your emotions go after you've been on social media. And if you walk away going, you know what, I feel better. I've personally started subscribing to all these like good news kind of things where I'm like, I love this. This is hopeful. It's not naive. I realize we're in a real crisis. We've got to be very wise about behavior, lifestyle. Everything has to shift on a very practical level. Everything about my life needs to line up with the reality that we're in. Got to socially isolate, which makes me sad. I've got to be careful how I eat, how I conduct myself in public, etc. All my behavior has to go there to a really adjusted place. But I can still let my mind go to a place of hope. As long as hope doesn't take me to reckless behavior, as long as hope doesn't take me to disregard what's going on here, I'm allowed to make all the hard calls in my life and still go to a really hopeful place. So good worship music, good interactions on FaceTime with people, prayer stuff. We're going to be doing some of that with Vintage. Absolutely go and stay in a hopeful place. And if you notice 24-hour news takes you down and tanks you, if you notice social media with certain people tanks you, just be their friend. You don't have to do anything mean, but just close them down for a bit, snooze them for a bit, until they've worked their stuff out. And you just keep that space in your home and in your mind really clean. Let the Lord speak to you, speak hope over it, practically make great decisions. Be careful what you expose yourself to, because we're going to be sitting at home alone. And so it's going to be best not to make poor choices that way.